Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week. Quick overview of the energies that you can expect for the month of August before I do this week's predictions. So August is going to be another tense month, but there will also be lots of breakthroughs, things coming to fruition and manifesting, and some surprises too. Mars and Mercury are both retrograde. There's another eclipse this month, plus some other planetary things that are happening. If you want more information, I would highly suggest finding a reliable astrologer. That is something I am not. And they will be able to give you more information on the, retrogrades and all the planetary stuff. Things that you can expect from a typical Mercury retrograde are challenges surrounding communication and transportation. So that could show up in any form, whether you're having a conversation with someone or your text messages aren't going through or your phone's not working. And if you plan on traveling this month, there could be delays or issues, or that you might have, again, it's surrounding transportation. So you could be having maybe some car problems, or the train is late or the bus is late, things like that. With Mercury retrograde, it's typically not a good time to launch anything new. It's more about working on things in the background. And I also wouldn't sign any contracts unless you absolutely have to. And this month you could face challenges with patience, anger, frustration, but you could also have breakthroughs by doing things differently, revisiting old ideas and turning them into something new. And any type of prep work that you can do behind the scenes is going to benefit you the best. And then wait to launch things until September 1st, September 2nd timeframe. All right, let's get into what you can expect for this week ahead, which runs from tonight through to next Thursday, August 9th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. If you're interested in any of the services that I offer, you can go to my website at AskRebecca.guru. So the general themes, this week you'll feel less tense and more free to express yourself. The energies will lighten up a bit, so things feel a little bit more freeing. Some of you could also win something for free or receive something for free. It could be anything from some sort of material item or, tickets to a ball game or something. Again, something free that falls into the material realm, but it could also be something like free advice or a free consultation. So again, stuff surrounding freedom and freeing is things that you could see. I also feel more of you being outdoorsy this week. There may be a little bit less of a heat wave, so maybe you can actually go outside and enjoy being active. Or you could just end up floating in the pool all weekend. That's my plan. I feel this week you could be getting some things accomplished, things you've been stressing about getting done, but this time it will get done easily and with help. I feel lots of mutual support happening this week. Those of you open to receiving help from others will have that sort of an experience. Those of you who have a difficult time receiving or are prideful or aren't so helpful or giving yourselves, well, then I feel like you're going to have a little bit more of a challenging time with this sort of energy. Situations will show up to teach you the importance of reciprocal support. So hopefully, you'll allow yourself to be open. Anything as simple as if you're at the grocery store and the bag boy wants to help you take the groceries to the car, I say just say yes, let them help. And then that can open up the energies of receiving because you want to attract things to you. So now, if you're not somebody that is into reciprocating or helping, I feel like, you can't complain. No one ever helps you or supports you if you aren't doing the same thing for others. Or if you say no whenever someone does try to offer assistance to you. So pay attention to see if that's you. And again, open up open up to allowing to receive and allowing people to actually support you. And I do feel like you could see this help or support in action in the mainstream media as well. There could be stories of people helping each other out during tragedies or difficult times. I feel like some of you may also be helping someone older than yourself this week as well. Now, this week, there could be realizations about superficial relationships you're having, possibly even a superficial relationship with yourself. I feel truths coming out. It feels like the fake is falling apart in front of your eyes. Smoke and mirrors no longer work to hide the real and the truth. It could feel like your world is crumbling a little bit in some ways because there's things that are moving away from you. Let it. You're stronger than you think, and, journey inward, because that's where you're going to connect with your higher self and the divine, and where you'll be able to experience more peace in the midst of chaos. You could also experience more clarity and feel less confused about choices that you need to make this week. Your other senses will be more heightened as well. So you could have paranormal experiences, or you're, again, maybe hearing your intuition more, you're trusting your intuition more this week. Things just feel extra sharp when it comes to listening to your gut, right? Whatever you want to call it. I do feel like a lot of you will also be reconciling situations. I feel like it's time to move past any petty dramas. So, again, if there's room for reconciliation, do it. You'll be better off for it, right? Practice forgiveness. And forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about healing your own self, right? But typically when we're not able to forgive someone, we're stewing and we're angry and we're upset and we're miserable. Meanwhile, the other person that, they're living their lives and they're having a great time and not giving two craps about anything that they might have done. Meanwhile, you're over here still stewing, right? So again, work on just allowing those emotional residual baggage things that you might be holding on to dissolve. And I feel like, worst case scenario for some of you that have a difficult time, allowing yourself to feel this sort of stuff, I feel like you could be forced to address things from your past. Now, I also see lots of people making lists and prioritizing what needs to get done. It's a very action-oriented type week. Even if, you might not feel like doing anything, that's still some of that Mars retrograde energy where we're still a little bit in vacation mode and not really feeling like doing much. But again, you're going to have the other pole where you're feeling like you need to be doing things and you're in action mode. So again, prioritize, make your list, figure out what you need to do. It could be physical work. Maybe you need to get some stuff done in the yard. I feel like it could be emotional work for some of you. Any other sort of action needed on your part to make your life better, it will come up in your reality this week. Work, for those of you that are employed, I feel like some of you will be given or asked to do more than your usual workload. I feel give it your best shot. And if you show you're doing 110%, then I feel like you'll receive some help or relief or be rewarded in some way. I do feel like it's best not to avoid doing the extra tasks that are given to you or complain about those tasks or basically say, no, I'm not doing it, because I feel like there's a possibility that you could end up getting fired. So even though it sucks having more of a workload, I do feel like it's a temporary type situation, almost like a testing type thing from your employer. So again, just do what you got to do, and in the end, it will resolve itself. I also feel like people at work could be throwing up obstacles or delaying things or just making things more difficult. I kind of feel like it's one individual. So it could be somebody that you work with that all week long is just going to be a real pain. Just, again, making things more difficult than they need to be. Don't take it personal. Don't engage, figure out a way to practice patience. And again, it will move past this week. And again, it feels temporary in nature. Work, for those of you that are looking for a job, this week, I feel like you need to be prepared to impress prospective employers with what a hard worker you are. And I feel like you'll need to prove it to back it up. Again, this week is all about like putting in the work, having to do the effort, the action steps involved. So I feel like in the interview process, really sell yourself of, how hard of a worker that you are and that you will put in the extra effort. And I feel like get your stories ready, right? Give examples of when there were times where, you had to stay late and you did the job, or make sure you have reference letters or any kind of letters of recommendations or accommodations or any of the good stuff that highlights just how amazing you are. I feel like that really is going to help sway in the hiring process. Now, I also feel like there could be obstacles or delays in the hiring process for some of you as well this week. It kind of just feels like shuffling of resumes and paperwork being put on the back burner. Nothing that has anything to do with you. Again, I just kind of feel like there's delays and, just again, practice patience, just stay positive. Things are going to change for you. There's no doubt in my mind about it. Love, those of you in committed relationships, one or both of you may not be prepared to do the work that's necessary to maintain a happy and fulfilling relationship. Do your part. It's the only part you can control. And again, this will affect people differently depending on where you are in your own relationship. Those of you that have a solid relationship, it could be just something minor that comes up where you're not on the same page, or, maybe your husband needs help with the yard work and you're just kind of like, I don't really feel like helping at all. And you're kind of trying to skirt your responsibilities. Whatever the case is, it'll vary in degree of severity based on where you are in your relationship. Now, I do feel like there's also some outside influences in some of your relationships. Feels like either mother-in-laws or family or maybe friends. It feels to me, it feels more like family type situation. So even if they're friends, I feel like your partner will see these people or this individual as family. And I feel it's best to play nice and make them your ally instead of your enemy, regardless about how you feel about them, right? So I think it'll go a lot further. Those of you that are single and looking for love, I feel like you're going to have to get out there and do your part. Again, it's all about doing the work. So be social, be open, be actively working on creating a social life that will lead you to love. Try online dating if you have it. I feel like some of you could meet someone through an older woman or women in your life this week. So make sure you tell all your girlfriends, in your life that you're single and you're ready to mingle, and to tell them to spread the word to all the ladies that they know too. And I think through that, it could really spark some connections. So again, if you're single, talk to all the ladies in your life. Finances. This week, some of you are going to try to fill the void in your hearts to feel happy by spending way too much money. So don't turn into a shopaholic this week, because I feel like it could really bite you in the butt financially. Instead, work on yourself, figure out what it is you're missing in your life, because no amount of shoes, no amount of clothes, no amount of cars will fill that for you. Then there are those of you on the opposite spectrum who I feel like hold on to every last penny, and you don't want to spend your money, and you're not doing anything nice for yourself. I feel like you work hard and you deserve to enjoy your money, and you certainly can't take it with you when you die. So everyone else will end up spending your money for you. So you might as well spend a little bit on yourself and enjoy life. It's all about the balance. Moderation is important. So those of you who spend too much, save a little too. And those of you that hold on too tightly, spend a little. And I also feel like some of you are delusional about money and dreaming of winning the lottery and that it's going to solve all your problems. Or some of you think you can just kind of skim by in life by doing as little as possible and then the money will show up. You can't. It takes effort on your part. Dream big and follow through with action steps to create your success. Health. Again, action and improvement is the theme. Some of you really need to take some steps to get your health in check or change some habits so your health doesn't rapidly decline as you age. Look at your diet. Go to the doctor if you've been having symptoms. Fertility is a theme as well. I feel like this week there could be fertility issues arising for some of you. You might get a little bit of bad news. I don't feel like it's going to be anything that's going to keep you from having a baby. It's just going to be a little more difficult to conceive, but it's not an impossibility. Others, I feel like the fertility is all about being like, if you don't want to get pregnant, be careful and protect yourself. And if you do want to get pregnant, well, go have fun and, good luck. I'm sending you lots of love. Spirituality, action again is required. Take steps to improve your spiritual understanding. And it's not even about spiritual. Like the word spiritual isn't even necessary, right? It's the bottom line is it's your life. And are you striving to understand yourself in order to improve your life? And if not, I feel like, well, this is the perfect week to start, right? You don't even have to be spiritual in nature. It doesn't have to revolve around anything meditation or any of that stuff. It's just about looking at ways to improve your life. You have control over that. I also feel like this week is about boundaries. I feel like they need to be set. And I feel like some boundaries need to be set with yourself and some boundaries need to be set with other people in your life. I feel like some of you allow others to control, dictate, or boss you around. And then there's some of you that are the ones doing that to others. And this is why I feel like you need to set boundaries with yourself because, check in with yourself. Is that you? Are you being controlling? Are you being bossy? Are you being a dictator, right? These things are not attractive. And you're behaving in this way because you're afraid. It's all connected to fear. And I feel like if you keep acting in these ways, then in the end, your fears are going to be realized, right? So learn to let go a little bit, set boundaries with yourself. There's nothing to be afraid of by opening up and allowing yourself to have fulfilling experiences. So that covers this week's predictions. I'm sending lots of positive vibes that everyone will have a successful week. Let's take tonight's caller. I have Lauren in Covington, Louisiana. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Lauren. I'm from Louisiana. How are you?
I'm doing really good. How can I help you this evening?
I was curious about my daughter. She has a rare genetic disorder, and she's 15, and she's being homeschooled, and she's so talented, like musically gifted, and she has such a great heart, and she's really struggling right now. It's like a hormone endocrine disorder, and I guess with puberty and everything, it's just been affecting, it's hard to balance your hormones when you're manually giving them to her. And I wanted to see if you saw anything for her. Like, I worry about her so much, and I just would like a peace of mind that she was going to be okay.
I do feel like she will be okay. I feel like there's so much, you have fears, right? And you're her mom, you just want to protect her, you want to love her, you want to make sure nobody's going to hurt her or judge her for the things that she has going on genetically. So I feel like there's a little too much protection. And I feel like, I understand the homeschooling thing, but I do feel like you've got to get her engaged in other activities outside of the home so that she could maybe make some friends and maybe make other connections. And like you said, I definitely feel like she's really talented. She's got a lot of internal stuff, right? She's really connected with herself. And I do feel like her emotions run high. And I'm assuming that's because of whatever disorder she's dealing with. It goes high, low. Like, is it a hormonal type situation where okay, that makes sense. Because go ahead. I'm sorry.
She has highs. No, it's okay. She has highs and lows, and it's a weird endocrine disorder. It's like where we have to give her cortisol so that she doesn't. It's like a stress hormone. So the highs and lows would coincide with the fact that we have to kind of just manually guess how much cortisol she needs throughout the day, every day, and it's kind of life-threatening, and it's always worried me since she was a baby, and I'm pregnant again, so my emotions are heightened, and it can affect her too. So
right.
Going on.
And I feel like you have fears that, hopefully the baby's not going to have any issues. I'm sure you've had genetic testing done at this point. So with her, it's kind of, there's like a blessing and a curse there, right? Her emotions, like the disorder that she has going on, is what fuels her passion and fuels the gift that she has musically. And I feel like it actually kind of puts her more in touch with her body. And I feel like trust her a little bit more in what she's experiencing to help regulate the dosage of the cortisol. Because I feel like she kind of knows her body, right? She's like intuitive in her own way. And again, it's connected to this emotion. She's got like this undercurrent that I could just feel flowing through her body. But I feel like allowing her to learn that and get more connected and giving her a little more trust with it will help balance things out. And I feel like put her in maybe like some sort of a group music program, or maybe even in a situation where there's other people that are her age that have other disorders. I feel like what she has is kind of somewhat rare. I don't feel like there's a bunch of people around you that have it.
No. Yeah, you're right.
So
it's very rare.
Yeah, so I feel like she's kind of like singled out, and she truly is an individual in this. So, but there's other kids that have these same sort of like disorder, emotional highs and lows. Like they're almost like these savants, right? Like they have all this creative energy, and I feel like she just needs an outlet, and I feel like she needs some friends, and I feel like that will really open things up for her. Right now, I feel like she, gets more into sadness and feeling a little depressed.
Yeah. At times she does. It's like a constant, we're slowly getting out of a situation where she had like a side effect from the cortisol where it was like pressure on her brain. And it was like for years, it was like for a good 5 years, and that has subsided. But now, I actually have her in a homeschool group that she goes to 2 days a week. And
good.
she's able to do that. And there's other kids, that have rare disorders there. And, she wants to get back into music lessons, thank God. And so, I feel her coming around, and we're very close. And she's the only person in the world that can calm me down when I'm like over emotional, and I love her to death, and I just want to see good things for her.
She's going to be okay. She really is. I mean, she's really special. Like, I can feel how she's a beautiful individual. She really is unique. Yes. And she's so loving. Like, she has so much love in her heart.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she really is like intuitive. And
mm-hmm.
I think that's why she can calm you down, right? Like, she just has the divine flowing through her. And I feel like really let her get back into the music situation, because I think she can create beautiful things. And music is really, really powerful. You know, the tones and the frequencies, it can really heal and shift individuals, not just for herself, but others. I feel like she's going to be okay. I think she's just learning her own confidence and learning. You just have to trust her a little bit, right? And just trust that she's going to be okay. And you know what? I feel like she's going to be an amazing big sister, and that's also going to kind of open things up for her. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of good things that are going to be happening for her. Keep her going in the group environment, because I feel like she's going to make friends, because she's not, you know, I only have 60 seconds left, but
okay.
She's really normal to me. Like, I feel like she's normal, right? Like, there's really...
yeah, if you talk to her, you wouldn't know that she had a disorder. She's
she's totally normal. So I feel like treat her like she's just like everybody else, and that will make her feel more comfortable and find her own confidence, and work on letting go of the fear, right? Because just keep empowering her, because she really is an amazing person, and I feel like she will do amazing things. I only have 30 seconds left. I really appreciate you calling in, Lauren. I hope that, you know, I wish you the best of luck, and sending you lots of love with your new baby. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will see you next week. Bye.